Star Trek Lower Decks Review, Season 3, Episode 6.
So this is either Deck's favorite or least favorite episode.
I'm not extreme on it. It's good though. I enjoyed it.
Because he's in love with Deep Space Nine. That is his his
my
Star
doctor.
Trek. Yeah, you know how everybody.
Now
has
I'm just imagining Cole Meany as the doctor.
Huh?
Now I'm just imagining Cole Meany as the doctor.
Oh God! No! Bashir as the doctor, because he's already the doctor.
Imagine Q as the doctor. But
so no, not Meany. Bashir is the doctor.
Alexander Siddig, or change his name or his stage name or something. How he's, I forget. There's something weird with his name. I can't remember what it is.
I just said the character.
Yeah,
we could technically just have Jeffrey Combs as the doctor, and then he could be like 6 different incarnations.
He is everything. He is everywhere.
He's like a dozen characters in Star Trek alone. Yeah. He plays 4 of them in in Deep Space Nine alone. Technically more if you count the different clones.
Yeah, Wayoon and Brunt. And I think there's like one Hunter or something that he's
Didn't he play Cassian? And he just so many characters.
Which Star Trek series did you like the most?
TNG or Voyager. It's kind of a toss-up. I love Voyager because Q Jr., and because B'Elanna is freaking badass. And I'm sorry, but I like her as best chief engineer. I know Dex is like writhing at that because...
No, you're welcome to your opinion.
Even if they may be wrong.
But
you're welcome.
No, B'Elanna's good. B'Elanna's good. I like B'Elanna. I like a lot of the engineers. So if you picked any of the engineers, I would be happy. But you haven't. In fact, you haven't. A favorite engineer is a thing. But my favorite's a little different from yours, and that's fine.
Enterprise.
Wow, that is the only wrong answer.
It's better than people make it out to be, and it's not TNG or DS9 or Voyager or something. But it's better than people make it out to be.
Having a loaf of moldy bread and eating around only the good parts. Okay, that is what you're doing right now.
But I also like the show.
I mean, the characters were good. The plot dropped off after season 2, and it became absolute shit.
Season 4 got better towards 4. Now the last episode, yeah, obviously, but 4 was actually, there was some good stuff in there.
It was okay.
The fourth season, the final season was really, it was getting
decent.
Back to what it should have been. I'm not saying it's a world-breaking, this is the best episode ever, but it's good stuff for what it is.
Which newest Star Trek? We have 4 active right now.
I forgot.
We're reviewing Lower Decks right now. There's Discovery, which I hear gets better after season 2. I have to rewatch because...
Which is Discovery? Is that the one with the...
That's the one with the giant water bear that sends them through space.
And fungus.
No, it's a water bear.
Well, no, but it's also...
They
there's
use fungus to
involved.
control the water bear.
Really?
Then there's Prodigy, but that's on hiatus.
A bunch of kids from the Delta Quadrant stealing a ship, a Starfleet ship, and trying to get to Starfleet.
Yeah, Strange New Worlds, Picard, and
Strange New
Lower Decks.
Worlds. There are 5 active.
Yep.
Picard is the one where I'm not going to spoil, but it revolves around Picard after.
Shocking.
I'm not going to spoil anything else. It's just it revolves around Picard after he stops working in Starfleet.
Okay.
He still has adventures and stuff. Q is a big component of the second season, so thumbs up there. And actually, it's both really good and really like, oh my god,
Stupid.
no, not stupid, but like feels trigger. Then Lower Decks is the one we're reviewing. That's the one of the two animated. I have not seen Strange New World yet. I saw first episode, but apparently it ties in with Discovery.
Oh.
So I have to watch Discovery in order to watch Strange New World.
Watched Star Trek Discovery.
I watched part of the first season. I couldn't watch much of it. I think I watched like 5 episodes or so. I got to the tardigrade, wherever that was. But it just didn't catch me the way most Star Treks do. Even Enterprise caught me, but then it lost me at season 2.
And the turn the Klingons into painful-looking things.
Yes, I've seen those.
As somebody who is studying Klingon on Duolingo, it makes me cringe so hard, those Klingons.
But back with the original Star Trek,
They actually retconned that in Enterprise. That is one of the things I appreciated about Enterprise. They realized, shit, there is a total discrepancy. And why are our Klingons looking like next-gen Klingons when this is supposed to be before TOS, and TOS had Puerto Ricans and Claude LeMay. And so they retconned that and like explained that away, which I appreciate.
Yeah, which is it's a very divisive sort of two-parter that some people love for, oh, this connects everything and makes it all make sense, and other people are like, I hate it, whatever.
Yeah.
But back to this episode.
Yes. Now, I had like 2 favorite parts in this show. My first part was the argument between those two. It's like, no, I saved you. No, I saved you.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Shax
And, those two.
Kira.
I'm like, that is like the perfect combo there. Kira and Strax. That's just like the perfect pair. You can tell they're old friends. They're like, no, I got this. It reminds me of the Assyrians when they're always trying to pay for each other. When I worked at Dunkin', they were always a big group of Assyrians, and they were always literally fighting over who got to pay for their food. And so it eventually got to the point where I'd take both cards and I'd shuffle them behind. I'd take the cards, shuffle them behind my back, and say which hands.
Oh my god. My other favorite part was Boimler just winning all that money and like, yeah, we're gonna do this worth twice the amount. It's like, oh yes. I mean, we don't really use money anyway, which makes me think like even if like Boimler like won big and then lost it all, he would just be like, okay.
Well, and the thing is, you know that this just materially proves that the markups in Quarks are massive, because the only reason you would do I'll give you double in a gift card for Quarks. It's like, well, because they know that's cheaper than actually letting him walk out with the Latinum.
Yeah.
Because they have more than 50% markup. So it's like, we're gonna make our money back immediately. And if he doesn't spend it,
he's got to.
I do love it though how it looks like he's almost gonna lose one, but then the power goes down. Like, God fucking damn it!
Yes. And then the Orion argument. It's like Not all Orions are evil pirates who like to pillage and cause mayhem, right? Like, I'm sorry. I was raised in Ohio, which, by the way, is far worse anyways.
Oof.
There's some Midwest rivalry coming out.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just a meme, okay? It isn't even from me. It is from Memeville.
I mean, I could kind of
about how awful Ohio is.
I could already kind of guess he was faking it because he's way too into it.
I know.
Something hinky was up with it because it's like,
am I right? It's like, let's see. And when he was singing those pirate songs, it made me think of my nephew constantly singing Wellerman or Weatherman or whatever the fuck. I can't.
It's Wellerman. Good song though.
It's annoying when you hear it 25 times a day.
Sure.
Yeah.
Wow, you really
it's fun
liked
the one
it.
time you hear it, and you're like, oh, that's a fun song. And then you hear it 25 more times, and it's like, it loses something.
It's like Christmas songs. They're playing them at work already.
Yeah.
Let me guess. The second it turned November 1st.
Yes.
It went from spooky music to Christmas music.
They didn't have spooky music.
Aww.
But they're adding Christmas music. And there's going to be a new music at the end of the month with more Christmas music. Like all.
Joy. Is there like some law that says stores have to play Christmas music?
No. But, there should be a law that says they can't until December 1st.
I agree there.
After Thanksgiving, at the very least.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, even if you can't accept December 1st, at least after Thanksgiving, that Friday afterward, at midnight.
You realize that sometimes it's after December 1st. Because sometimes Thanksgiving is like the last weekend of
Isn't it like always the third Thursday or something like that?
No, it's the fourth Thursday.
Fourth
I
Thursday?
know, because I go to Chicago TARDIS every year.
Okay, that makes sense.
It's the fourth Thursday, which means sometimes if the first day is like a Sunday or something, or a Friday, that means that it's the very end of the week of the month.
Let's see. I think this one was Okay, yeah, it's on the 24th. This one, okay.
Yeah.
But Tindy, going, like that's the way a real badass would act. Is like, I'm gonna play it low key until I need to do something, and then suddenly, oh crap, you can do that. And that's basically her character is like, yes, I am incredibly badass, and yes, I could do all this stuff, but I don't like to.
I don't know it up.
Yeah.
It's the old adage. If you have to show off how cool you are, it means you ain't cool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
The king does not have to announce that he's the king.
Exactly.
But yeah.
And Tendi is the king.
And then you got the whole story arc with Mariner and her girlfriend, which was funny, and that was like, it's like, this is very Star Trek style representation. This is just a thing that happens.
It's not,
like this story would be very similar, different, but very similar if it was a boyfriend.
Exactly. And I mean, if Mariner was a dude and like that was his girlfriend, it would be basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, all that. It's they didn't like, this is a very sitcom-y formula. Oh, we're meeting the friends, and so like it's got a little twist on it because it's a little different, but it's not that. This is a very standard plot.
Yeah, and it's not only that, but it's
and they still think Boimler's hot.
Oh my god.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah. Is Boimler seeing anyone? He's so hot. And I'm like,
No, I
That's
loved it when they're like, "Hey, I got a question about Boimler." No, he's not aging in reverse.
Yes.
Hey, look, I'm gonna need more of this, and they just stare at her out of shock.
What is that?
As she
It's
downs
green.
the entire as she downs the entire bottle.
I wanted somebody to say, that's not for drinking.
Oh, and oh, the I love the way they describe the like. It takes a second, but when they described the dress code, the sort of
Yeah.
it's like Betazoid casual. Then you remember what Betazoid formal is, and you're like, okay, so that's Betazoid.
Wait, what is formal?
Okay.
Naked.
Yeah.
Oh.
When they get married, naked.
They go naked.
Everybody's naked.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's a thing. That's what Betazoids do. It's just an informed thing. We never see it because that would be very difficult to shoot.
Show wouldn't be kid friendly anymore.
And that
some
would
people
be
on
very...
that show you wouldn't want to see, but like, but yeah, that is a thing in Betazoid culture.
Yep.
I love Betazoid casual as a thing.
I mean,
I gotta say,
Luxana so many times. You would think Betazoid casual is like that ultra regal type outfits because she's always wearing that shit.
I gotta say that get together did end quite shockingly.
Stunning, I would say.
But I mean, you'd think that Mariner was very stunning in that outfit.
Though it does bring up this whole thing does bring up the thought of, okay, so like all those bunks are open. They're open bunks. Like romantic liaisons on the ship have to be tricky.
Yeah.
Like you got to find a shuttle somewhere. You know, if you want to do something special, you know,
this bathroom's been locked for like 3 hours. Out they come, like all messy, straightening themselves up.
Yeah, you know, a shuttle or you know some cargo bay. Like imagine cargo bays are a favorite. But
yeah, the holodeck.
Oh, definitely the holodeck. Private time, do not enter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, 2 of them already did private time on the holodeck, so
yeah. That's why I said it.
Yeah, it's like like sleeping in the same bed. That's one thing, but like
Drax likes his pussy. What can I say?
Now, I do have to admit, it is nice that it's not like the type of thing where dating amongst crew members is against the law, like a lot of workplaces.
Well, it depends on the rank. It's frowned upon for people of different ranks to be together because,
especially so if you're in the same command structure. Like if you are directly in charge of somebody, that's a no-go.
Like there were so many people who shipped Janeway and Chakotay, which I saw it more as a bromance than a romance, but you know.
No, they were friends. It wasn't it never read as anything shippy to me.
But I have seen a lot of, you know, Chakotay Janeway shippers, and I'm like, I don't get it, but hey, you do you.
Yeah, you do you, boo boo.
But that would be frowned upon because she outranks him.
Yeah. No,
and
I imagine it's not as bad if they're outside of your command structure, like they're science division, and you're like engineering, but you're like lieutenant and ensign, but one's engineering and one's science, like.
Well, in the Orville, they actually did bring that up with Kiali and John. like Kiali and Lamar, like, hey, you're a lieutenant now. We're the same rank.
Yeah, it depends. I don't know. Like I don't know if it's ever been fully fleshed out the exact rules, but yeah, it definitely. I don't know if
I don't know if it's canonically been, but it has definitely been fleshed out within fandom.
Yeah, and it would make sense, like, if they are your direct subordinates, if you have control over them and they're, that sort of thing, that would probably be right out, because
Yeah,
if
because that's kind of quid pro quo.
that's gonna cause
Sexual
problems
harassment.
with, but if you have somebody who, like, say they worked at Starfleet Academy and one was a professor of this and one was a professor of that, and they were completely different departments, but they were different ranks, like, that would be
would be more acceptable, like, because it's technically the same position, like, they don't have to work with each other.
Yeah, as long as you're not, I think mostly it's going to be, you're not in the same command structure. Like, Ransom and Mariner, I know. Like, if that happened, I know.
Whoa.
I'm just looking at an example.
My skin just crawled.
Yeah, I know. That would be a problem. But
if anything, I would say Ransom and Boimler would be less creepy.
I'm sure
and
that
I
exists.
can honestly see that.
That probably exists.
Probably.
I could see Ransom and Boimler. I could not see Ransom and Mariner.
Yeah, I'm sure both of those things exist, but I'm just throwing it out there as an example of what wouldn't work. It doesn't work on multiple levels. Like, you're in pretty much direct chain of command, because she's directly responding to you, and also, but
honestly, the only one that you can really ship Ransom with is himself.
Which, in Star Trek, is not as impossible as you might think.
Yeah.
You're one transporter accident away from being able to ship yourself.
I mean, technically speaking,
you can still do it on the holodeck.
I mean, technically speaking, he already does have a double of him.
Oh, and
that's Boimler.
Boimler. Sorry, Boimler. Yeah.
Yeah,
we're talking about Ransom, the commander, the second in command.
Oh yeah.
That one, you literally, if you wanted it to be somewhat, like, theoretically possible in canon, you could have a Boimler fic. Like, that would be a thing that is possible.
Now, as far as Ransom goes, he already has somebody close to his heart.
Himself?
No. I forget what they're called, but the thing made out of churros.
Oh yeah, it's churro white.
It's churro white.
Yeah, he's already taken.
You're right. I forgot about that.
Oh, there's probably fan art of that.
Oh, there's
if not, there will be.
Yeah. But yeah, it was like, yeah, that was nice. We're just gonna. I need you to buy more time. I need you to. Okay, just fly around the pillars like the most amazing thing you've ever seen, or something like that. And just admiring the pillars.
There is no there is no images of Ransom Churro wife.
Aww.
Not yet, anyways.
Not yet. But yeah, them making fun of, and they bringing in the DS9 theme as well.
I know.
Having them just sort of
how they did just go around and act in awe.
Yeah.
And then they went around and the music went through and it did the entire introduction, like the main theme video, and then they stopped, and it's like, nope, keep going. And so they started the music all over again.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. It's like, which it would be interesting to just go through that theme and like try and figure out where everybody is trying to go and whether it makes sense. It's like you're just sort of flying around the pillars. Why are you doing that?
Yeah. Maybe they were just trying to bide time.
Nice.
But what else?
They
I saw your note.
poor poor Tendi. She's like trying to just hang out with Rutherford, and Rutherford's like, no, there's another Orion. This is so cool. And it's like, no, it's not cool. Stop embarrassing me. Not saying Rutherford's embarrassing her, but the other Orion is embarrassing her. And then he's like, I got a religious exemption to carry this thing around. It has a tooth extractor? Like, dude, you don't even know how that works? No. She takes over the ship.
Hey.
She takes over the ship single-handedly. And it's like, what do you still have that guy's tooth? Yeah. I didn't know what to do with it. Yoink.
Oh, I feel so sorry for Cork. He has to give up, what was it, 70 or 80%?
I think it was like 76%, yeah. But I mean, it is fair. He made so much money off of that shit.
Yeah,
True.
But they're my programs. Yeah, but you're selling someone else's like actual
tech.
hard tech. Like, come on.
True, but now I wonder, who has more love of money? The Frankies or the Kardashians?
The Karima that was the Karima.
Crema. That wasn't the Cardassians.
Oh, sorry.
Although
Kardashians have a spoon on their face.
Kardashians, then I think that's a pretty close toss-up.
But
Because he did technically say Kardashians, which we just automatically took as Kardashians because we're Trekkies and we think Cardassian before we think Kardashian, which is why when I heard Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I automatically thought of like Garrick as some sort of like had some sort of reality TV show. Gul Dukat.
but yeah, and
it could star half of the cast could be Jeffrey Combs. It took me a long time to realize that they weren't Star Trek references, because whenever somebody was saying, have you been watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians? I'm like, nah, I'm not really a fan of the Dominion Wars. They're like, you mean Dominicans? No, they're like, I don't know what nationality they are. It's like Mexican or whatever.
maybe we'd finally see the neck trick.
Ooh, the neck trick, you say?
Is Cardassian neck trick? It's a thing.
Yeah,
it's a bit like, you know,
the Vulcan neck pinch.
well, no, I don't think it's a trick. It's a bar trick. It's a it's one of those sort of parlor tricks Cardassians can do. But I don't think we never see it. It's just sort of a thing that exists. It's like we know it exists. We don't know what it. I don't think we know what it actually looks like. Because the best way to do something like that is to just leave it up to the imagination. It's like nothing we can come up with that is actually the Cardassian neck trick is going to be better than what you are imagining the Cardassian neck trick is. So as long as we don't explicitly show what the Cardassian neck trick is, that's gonna be whatever's in your head is gonna be way better than anything we can put on screen, because you're gonna fill in that blank with the best thing that you can think of, and so it's always gonna be as good as it can be. But yeah, that's let's see what else was there.
I don't know. I thought it was funny. It's like, oh, you're the person we're supposed to be meeting with. This is so disrespectful. We brought gifts. Ooh, gifts.
Yeah. Tell me that doesn't sound Ferengi.
I mean, I like gifts. Gifts are fun.
But
I think your ears just started getting a little bigger.
Oh shit! How am I gonna wear headphones now?
Easier.
I like the ones that cover my ears. Thank you very much.
Me too.
but
I can't wear earbuds. They always fall out because I have tiny ears. It's funny. There should be like a Ferengi story similar to Pinocchio, but with the ear size. Like a Starfleet story about the Ferengi whose greed made their ears shrink. Every time they were too greedy, their ears got smaller. Or
okay.
as a warning.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Pinocchio is all about lying, and you shouldn't lie or your nose will get bigger. Which just brings up so many naughty images of, like, characters bending over and then...
Remember, this is a kid-friendly channel.
No,
it's not.
not anymore.
I am not kid-friendly. I have panic attacks if I'm surrounded by too many children. I actually, at work this past week, we are getting in a self-serve fitting room where, like, instead of having a fitting room attendant, people just bring their clothes in themselves or whatever. I'm not sure how it's going to work. Anyways, so it's not finished yet. Like, the stuff isn't, like, finished setting up, so we just have, like, the little cubicles. And on Sunday, I think it was, or something like that, a bunch of kids came in, like 10 of them, with like 3 adults. And I was working on ladies' shoes, and they were all hovering around that area, being loud and just... I had a legitimate panic attack and had to go into the self-serve fitting room and lock myself in to regain my faculties. Because children are traumatizing.
They are. Let's see. We talked about Boimler.
He's hot.
He's hot, apparently. Pirate thing. The date gone wrong but turned good.
It's gonna look really bad if we're still awake and they're all stunned. You're right. Say cheese.
It was cute.
It was, and how Jen is like, what are you doing? I'm trying to fit in and get along with your friends. I don't want you to get along with them. I want you to beat their ass. Forward to this.
And that's when you knew
looking
she
forward
understood
to
her.
you domineering them. Come on. I know they're overbearing. I know they're tools. I was looking forward to you to putting them in their place. Oh, you were? Hell yeah, let's get this on.
That's when you knew she knew Mare. She's like,
yeah.
She's under no illusions about what Mare is about.
That was honestly the most romantic speech in Star Trek right there.
Like, no, I know what I got into when I got in with Mariner. I know what I'm buying here.
It's like
and I'm here for it.
this isn't you. I want you. You're domineering. You are a badass. You don't take shit. I want that Mariner. That's the Mariner I love, and that's the Mariner I want to dominate my friends. Come on.
Yeah, I can't really think of anything else.
No. Okay. Well, I think we'll wrap that up.